Should obese people be forced to pay for an extra seat when flying is a question that has come up more than once in my office. And in my opinion, yes, they should. Number one, there is a weight criteria for our checked luggage. If we are over in our luggage, we are charged for it at check-in. Baggage weight is taken very seriously by the Federal Aviation Administration. In 2003, for example, the FAA was forced to recalculate the estimated average weight of each passenger aboard the average commercial aircraft after a plane crashed in North Carolina, and overloading was a suspected factor. More recently, in 2019, it was reported that an FAA year-long probe found, quote, systemic and significant mistakes with employee calculations and luggage loading practices, resulting in potential discrepancies when pilots compute takeoff weights, end quote. The FAA found cases in which the bag load was more than 1,000 pounds heavier than Southwest employee paperwork indicated, which means pilots might respond incorrectly to an engine emergency if they have inaccurate information about the distribution to weight between front and rear cargo bays. Number two, there's also size criteria for our carry-on bags, and the airlines are very strict about that. If a carry-on is over an airline's regulation size, it will not be allowed on the plane. We will be forced to check it, and gate checking an oversized bag can be subject to very unpleasant fees, as we know. Number three, if a very tall person wants more legroom, they've got to pay more for an economy seat that offers more legroom, or pay to upgrade their class of service to another cabin. Therefore, an obese individual who cannot fit their entire body widthwise within the two armrests and without body parts overflowing into the seat next to them should purchase an extra seat. Alternatively, an obese traveler can purchase a larger seat in a higher class of service, or try to find flights that aren't fully booked so as not to be crowded or to crowd another passenger. Airlines should not have to eat the cost of second seats. Other passengers should not be forced to sacrifice the comfort and space they pay for and looking forward to, including the use of their own armrests. 3, the overall safety of the general passenger population should never be compromised. The highest percentage of complaints received by an airline and their in-flight personnel are on the front lines of those complaints come from travelers angry that their seat space was violated by fellow passengers. Now, the Obesity Action Coalition and the body positivity movement would no doubt say that instead of complaining to the airlines about the encroachment on their personal space, those angry passengers should direct their complaints at the airlines for having small seats. The fact is, however, that travelers who are extremely large, who know they cannot fit into one seat comfortably, who know they will need some of the space of the passenger next to them, can elect to take appropriate measures in advance when planning their travel and purchasing airline seats. Or they can choose to walk into the situation with eyes wide open, and an airline should have no qualms about enforcing a passenger comfort and airline safety policy right there at the airport. And that's today's Fat Chat. See you next time.